Alright, let me correct my camera here again because it's not working. Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. I had to correct my camera there for a second. I just did a whole video that wasn't recording apparently because I don't know why, it glitched out. But today we're gonna talk about Volkswagen switching or abolishing the whole front-wheel drive electric vehicle layout and platform. Now, this makes sense on multiple levels as far as physics are concerned. Now, physics as far as electric batteries go, it makes sense to keep it rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive because you would lose a lot of power and lose a lot of range in your electric vehicle if you were to shove all the power into the front wheels from a battery that's sitting in the back end of the car. Now that takes a lot of more materials and it would be less eco-friendly as they're trying to get at here. Now, while I'm waiting for my website to load, I'm going to talk about potential kinetic energy as far as the battery goes. So if you guys don't know how electrical batteries work in a car, you basically, most electric cars, when you stop, the battery recharges a little bit, that being your potential energy. Because when you stop, you use momentum to charge up that battery a little bit more, get your power out. And your kinetic energy is when you start going and get off the line. Now, what's his name? Matthew Renna, as a journalist from Motor Trend, because this is the website I use. He says that it would be better overall. It would be you use more copper, and you'd save actually more money, and the rear-wheel drive would be less, or it wouldn't be any price changing or extensive as I would say the front wheel drive would, because you still have to use more materials for the front wheel drive and the all wheel drive, but the all wheel drive will probably be just a tiny bit more expensive, but it'll be better overall. Now we come down to let's talk about, they're gonna say the rear wheel drive platform is cost neutral. Now we're gonna move down to so it says Renna also said he wouldn't be surprised to see a front wheel drive become a lot less common and EVs get more popular. Because well, one thing is, why would you want a front wheel drive electric car? It kind of makes no sense in this aspect of things, unless you're one of those older people. I get it, you want to slow down, but the problem is you'd be spending more money as far as electrical charging and my website keeps glitching out. There's a repeated problem has occurred on this website. I am so sorry about this, guys. Motor transition. It's transitioning into. It's about 8:30 at night tonight. It's transitioning into the new week. This will be going up tomorrow on Monday, December 3rd. But he says it would be no surprise front wheel drives become less common as electric vehicles become more common. Now, that would make sense on a price standpoint, a efficiency standpoint. And now he's saying usually it's like he said, in quote, I mean, the same efficiency at the same cost dynamics would prevail. Usually the trade-offs is made in low-cost vehicles that bias towards efficiency and cost if they have to sacrifice dynamics. Now, dynamics, that's the same thing. Well, that power has to push a car that's that heavy, because electric cars are heavy, as we all know, so are gas cars. Electric cars may save a little bit more weight, but those batteries are heavy, no slouch at all. Now, in these new Volkswagens, I'm going to speak about, because if in electric cars, you got a motor for each axle, depending on the car. In front, maybe now, or every drive shaft. This one, I'm thinking it's every drive shaft, so for all-wheel drive especially, because it'll be, or no, I want to say especially all-wheel drive, it will be only all-wheel drive, because it wouldn't make sense to have a battery in the front, power in the front and the back, and make it technically rear-wheel drive, because that is all-wheel drive. Now, there's this, the head, Volkswagen's head of product line communications, Christian Bowman, I believe that's how you say his name. I'm not going to go out on that. He said, there's little reason to build a front-wheel drive EV, which is an electric vehicle. I'm going to abbreviate it from now on. He said it doesn't make much sense because if you think of starting torque, that you have, and the dynamic weight distribution, and the weight is lifted from the front axle towards the rear axle, he said. That's exactly where you need the torque. Yeah, exactly. You need the torque at the rear axle so you can get off the line and not have any lag whatsoever in your acceleration. Now, there's an issue with having it. That's one issue with having it in the front wheel drive. If you cannot get off the line fast enough, that's going to cause issues as far as irritating other people, irritating you, and yeah, bad things might happen to you depending on what country you live in. In America, they'll honk at you once. If you keep going, they're going to probably get out of your car and freaking smack your window open. So you got to be careful about that. That's one thing they need to work on, because road rage is a big deal in the world. I would say not just America, in the world. Because everybody's got that animal instinct where fight or flight, or like aggressive input or output. But the aggressive output, that's in everybody, so it doesn't matter what country you're in. Now, I said, hey, and there goes my iPad. Because physics sucks sometimes. And just scroll down the whole page. Okay, yeah. Let's put that back right here. So, they're saying there you have it, building a rear-wheel drive EV isn't as expensive. It is actually cost neutral. Now, my page just reset. Okay. Well, this website's having issues. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm going to cut this video a little bit short. But that's it. That's really it. Rear-wheel drives and all-wheel drives are just as good as a front-wheel drive, or just as expensive, I should say, as a front-wheel drive. You don't need a front-wheel drive car, electric car. You only need an all-wheel drive to get grip and some good tires, especially if you're in the snow and the rain. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and this video is over. Make sure to go check out my other videos where I talk about last video, motor trends. 5 motor trends top cars. I'm going to talked about those, in my opinion. And next week, guys, I will be my last full service dress uniform. As my first semester of sophomore year in high school is coming to an end. As I get my permit, hopefully next Saturday. Doesn't mean I might do vlogs, because I don't need to do that. I'd rather do that on my own time by myself. Now, yeah, so go make sure you check out those other videos. I talk about what you look for in a good ROTC, need to look for if you are in or heading into one, I should say. And I talk about the vehicles, the headlines of the vehicles this past couple weeks. All right, thank you. Have a good day, everybody. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. See ya.